a balloon and a knitting needle. Can I push the knitting needle through the balloon and obtain then a skewered balloon? Well, first of all, this is not just an ordinary knitting needle. What I've done is actually sharpened the point on it using a file, and you can also use sandpaper or a grinding stone if you have one of those. So you want a fairly sharp point on the needle. So you can see the pointed end of the needle here. Then we take a small amount of detergent and just put a drop of detergent on the tip of the needle to act as a lubricant. Now you can also use Vaseline or some other lubricant, grease. Now I'm going to take then my needle and push that through one end while I'm also twisting it. There it goes. And then we'll see if we can get it out the other end. And again, push it a little bit, and there it comes. And I now have a skewered balloon. The reason this works is that the balloon is made of a polymer that we call latex, and a polymer contains very long chains. These long chains are tightly held together so that the air cannot pass through. But when we push carefully with a sharp needle, it can actually separate the polymer molecules and make room for the needle to go through. I can now also pull it back, and a little bit of detergent on the needle will help it come back easier. And it can just pull it out. And of course now we have the air leaking out. If I were to push the needle somewhere where the polymer itself is stretched, you can see the effect. As soon as I touch the sharp needle to the stretched portion of the balloon, you'll notice that it broke. And so it's important when you're doing this that you insert the needle at the end where the polymer itself is not stretched. We can also take a water balloon and see if we can put our needle through that. Now, in that case, I'm going to put a bucket underneath here just in case. So let's see if we can get the needle in. Again, we twist it. Oh, there it goes in. Can we get it all the way through? There it comes. So now I've got my water balloon skewered with the knitting needle. And let me just put a little bit of detergent on the end again so that it will come out easily. And now we also have the water shooting out because we have a leaky balloon, of course. And if I were to poke the balloon somewhere on the stretch portion, it just bursts very rapidly. I barely have to touch it. We can also take something like a Ziploc bag and fill that with water, and then we can take our needle and poke the needle right through the bag. Now in this case, because the polymer itself is not stretched, all we're doing is puncturing the bag, and the needle then readily goes through the bag. And if we take the needle out, we then have a leaking bag. And I can just stick the needle through basically anywhere without fear of the bag breaking.